Good evening, everyone. Thank you to all of you who are joining us live. I am Randeep Das from the Finance Club of NIT Rourkela, and I will be your host for this evening. Now, this is the second episode of this two-day digital workshop on cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, where Webwiz and Finance Club have collaborated together. Those who are joining us for the first time today are requested to watch our yesterday's webinar as well, where we had discussed about blockchain with Mr. Pranjal Bharadwaj. Moving on to today's webinar, it is my pleasure to welcome Mr. Rohit Kundliwal, a triple IT Bangalore alumnus and an expert in blockchain and cryptocurrency, onto this virtual stage. Organizer, can we please have Mr. Rohit on stage, please?
Yeah, I think I'm already on the screen.
Yeah. So welcome to our show, Mr. Kundliwal.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah. So, Mr. Kundliwal, how have you been?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much. While introducing you, mentioned that I'm a crypto and blockchain expert. So I'm not an expert. I'm somebody who has, experimented with these things for some time now. The technology is very new. It's been what, maybe just 5 years since we have the technology now, 5 6 years, and nobody in the stream is an expert. So we all are learning here, and we are we are
That's
learning here
absolutely
together.
true. Absolutely, that's absolutely true. But for us, you are all experts, and we would like to learn a lot from you. So first of all, before we begin with all this, let me ask you about a thing that is named as blockchain noodles. So Mr. Kundliwal here has his own so-called startup or organization or whatever you would like to call it, called blockchain noodles. And Mr. Kundliwal, can you just tell our audience what it actually is and what is it that made you move on to this thing called blockchain noodles?
Yeah, blockchain noodles is basically a platform where people, who don't have the background of blockchain and cryptocurrency, they can jump in and get a first ramp to understand the technology. So it's keeping somebody like me in mind who does not have a background into blockchain and cryptocurrency, and who's so then I understand how difficult it is for people to get grasp of these technologies. So blockchain noodles is basically a platform where people can jump in and get the resources for free. They can get suggestions for free, and just help them for mass adoption. I think communities like blockchain noodles is something that will be required for the next 1 billion people to get on board onto the blockchain technology. So it's a place where people can come in. It's a hub for the community, and they can learn about blockchain, cryptocurrency, how to invest, trade, legal aspects, and all those things, and get a better understanding of global financial decisions that they can take. So that is what is blockchain noodles. We have a Telegram group in as of now. We are preparing a website, and it's in process. So people who are interested into getting, who want to learn about blockchain or cryptocurrency, anything, they can jump in, ask any questions over there. I will personally help them out to, give them a direction. How do you get started with such a thing called blockchain or crypto?
That's great. That's great, Mr. Kundliwal. So that's a great initiative from a person like you, who, as you said, was not an expert or so-called, a professional in this particular segment, but you have learned it by yourself. And that's why you seem to be the perfect person for us students like us, because you know where we can lag behind, or where we can make mistakes while learning these kinds of things. So,
Yeah.
Mr. Kundliwal, then actually, just since we are having a conversation, I could see that Mr. Kundliwal was having a lot about it. And yesterday we had covered up a lot about the fundamentals of cryptocurrency as well as blockchain. So we will use a different approach today to go into this. So, Mr. Kundliwal, can you please share your screen and tell us about all these things to our audience?
Yeah.
Yeah, organizer, please help him to share his screen.
Yeah, so I saw the session yesterday that you guys had. It's a great session on explaining on blockchain features of it, brief history of it, cryptocurrency, and everything. This was the session that I was planning to take earlier, just to explain what is blockchain, the features of it, a little bit of history about it, because it's always good to know what's the background of it. Cryptocurrencies and those mad gains that we keep on seeing in social media, and blockchain and its applications into fintech. So this was what I was planning to cover, but then we've already had this session, so I will move on to something that I think is more actionable, something that we can do right now. It is, how do you get started with it? So you now know what is a blockchain. You have a brief idea of what smart contracts are, what is Ethereum, and what is Bitcoin, what was the background of it. So once you know this, now this is a good information to have. But once you have that information, what do you do of it? When I say that we need to have global financial decisions, what does it mean? So we will go through some aspects of how do you get started. People who are on, who are looking at the screen as of now or in the future, they can follow along, and they can read the they can go through the video a few times to get hold of it. So we will just explain few things that a person needs to know to get into cryptocurrency, into blockchain, to just understand what protocols are and all this thing. So we will get started with coingeeko.com. We will see some trading view platforms. You must know a few things. Where do you trade? So Binance and FTX is one of the biggest platforms. Where do you have a look at the technology? So Into the Block is one of the good places that you can have a look. And of course, Twitter is a great place to follow Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and all those great things. So we will look at on-chain analysis. What does it mean? Blockchain protocols. We will try to discuss this for a while. Have a look at some technical analysis that I generally do. What we should have a look at before getting into some crypto, and just help people to get on board for the first time. So this is a very beginner specific video that I will be explaining for. So should I get started with it?
Yes, Mr. Kundliwal, you please get started with it and enlighten our audience about this approach that you're going to take on cryptocurrency and blockchain.
Right. So basically, we will try to understand what is it that we need to know before we get on board to get our to get involved into cryptocurrency and blockchain. So just before we do that, if I had a lawyer with me, my lawyer would have told me to tell everybody that I am not a financial advisor. Okay, so I don't have a lawyer, but he would have told me to tell everybody who is watching this video today or in future that I am not a financial advisor. Anything that I say has nothing to do with financial advice. Whatever I will be explaining, or the videos or the links that I will be sharing, these are not affiliated to me at all, and I am not getting paid to make you guys aware of these things. So there is zero money for me over here, and I am sharing it with my experience for people to get educated because of this. Okay, so this is not a financial advice, and let's get started. Okay, so you guys have already seen what is a blockchain, and what is a database. I saw you guys have already covered that. I had a session about, I had a presentation that we could have discussed it, but let's just roll out, roll these things, explaining between what's a database and what's a Bitcoin blockchain. We can then there are different types of blockchain. There's a decentralized blockchain, which for example, that's a Bitcoin, and Ethereum, it's a public blockchain. Then there are private blockchains like Hyperledger Fabric. In our scope, we are going to discuss about public blockchains like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, Tron, or things like that. So we've already covered brief history. The history of blockchain goes way before in the 1990s, where a cryptographically secured chain of blocks is described for the first time by scientists in 1991. But skipping forward and going ahead, let's discuss how do we get started with blockchain. If there's anything that you guys want to know or get in detail of what of these questions, very basic questions, or anything in detail, you guys can join the Blockchain Noodles platform. and you can ask those questions. We've got some really interesting people over there, and you can just get started with your first basic questions on blockchain. So what is coingeeko.com? I have this website in front of me. Once you click it, this is the place where you will be landed on. And so it's a place where you can have a look at different cryptocurrencies and their ranking based on their market cap. So we see that we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin. So we've got a name here, its logo, or its ticker. We can say the price at which it is trading as of now: 1 hour, 24 hour, and 7 days returns, 24-hour volume, market cap, and some graphics that we can see here. So we can have a look that Bitcoin is has a market cap of more than $1 trillion now. Bitcoin breached the $1 trillion market cap, I think 2 days ago. So we are now at around $57,000. Yesterday we had a dip in the in the Bitcoin. But the more important thing to know over here is that CoinGecko.com can be used for keeping a track of major cryptocurrencies. We see that the top 10 cryptocurrencies are over here, in which there are few stable coins also. So what is a stable coin? A stable coin is basically a coin that is pegged to a fiat currency. A fiat currency is anything that we are using in our normal life, like INR, US dollar, or a pound from Europe or anywhere. So this thing, USDT, is a stable currency. It's a cryptocurrency, but it is pegged to a US dollar. So every time whenever you log in, you will see that one USDT is always equal to $1, which is important because cryptocurrency market is so volatile, which you can obviously see here. Binance Coin has become 113%. This was more. This was quite a lot, actually, more than that yesterday. So there's a little bit of correction yesterday we see here. So there's so much volatility in the market. You need a stable coin that can hold your your balances. So what happened yesterday is when the market was correcting, I converted all my BNBs into a dollar. So what I did, I saved some of my losses that I could have had, and I still have it with me now. So that is what is a stable coin here. So it inherently is connected to the value of a dollar over here. We have XRP, Litecoin, Chainlink. So this is very overwhelming for somebody who gets in for the first time. What I would suggest to do is just have a look at this platform, have a read about it, have a look at what is Bitcoin, what is the price of it, take some hours down the line, and have a look at the details that this website is sharing. So if you go into Bitcoin, click on Bitcoin, you see that the website is there. We have explorers where we can analyze and check accounts of users over here. There are wallets that you can download to hold these coins. The community that you can log into, of course, and multiple things. You see over here, we also have graphs sharing what is the price of Bitcoin since many years. In fact, since inception. So we see that in 2017 December, the Bitcoin was peaked at around $19,000 over here, and currently it's madly going up. So if you see over here, we are already reached $50,000. We are currently sitting at $57,000, and it's normal to see in the Bitcoin world, price corrections of 10, 20, even 30% for sometimes when there's high volatility. So you can see the price of the coin over here, the market capitalization of it, the dominance in the Bitcoin industry. By the way, this is something very interesting. What we are seeing right now, we are at 59% dominance right now. In the historically, this figure has been around 65% since last 1 year, and what we are seeing right now, 59% is something extraordinary. This is a leap, for altcoin environment right now. I think there will be season of altcoin now. So we can see the volume per market cap. We can see the 24-hour high and low, and all those great details over here. And we can have a look at all the exchanges which are over here. Basically, this place, CoinGecko.com, is a place where you can have track of all your cryptocurrencies that you are interested in. What are interesting cryptocurrencies? Obviously, Bitcoin, this is now asking me to log in. Obviously, I'm not using my account over here. But Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, BNB, Polkadot, Cardano. These are some very interesting coins that we should obviously read about. And Chainlink, Bitcoin Cash, all these Uniswap. These are DeFi protocols. We'll discuss about these things in a bit of time now. So we can have a look about these things. That's what I'm saying. We can obviously log in and register to these platforms. What I will try to do is I will try to share the link over here. I don't think so. I can share the link to anybody. Okay, Shakit, I don't think so. I will be able to share the link here. What I will do is I will share the link to the person who is going to upload it on YouTube. And yeah, how do I share it? Can you help me out, please? Okay. Where is it? Can you please repeat it again? It says,
Or even we can take these links up at the end of the webinar, and we'll add it to the description section.
yeah, sounds good. I think that's a good idea. So
Yeah.
I will share the links of these trading platforms. And I'm sorry, not trading platform. This is to browse and see what is going on in the market. So I'll share all these links later. Let's go to something called Trading View. Are you guys, any one of you, aware of it? What is Trading View? I'm sure the finance people who are in the college would have used it, or maybe they've heard about it. So is anybody aware of it, about trading it?
So I think we may have to just introduce a little bit about TradingView, and then you can move forward with it.
Yeah. So TradingView is a platform to chart out your cryptocurrency or anything. So you see, once you go to tradingview.com, there are there are charts of different currencies or indexes or stocks or anything. Okay, what we are interested is in finding out or making charts of Bitcoin. Okay, so let's figure out how do we do that. So once we click over here and we type BTC, BTC is basically what do you say, the ticker for Bitcoin. And we see that there's a lot of things that are going on over here. There's Bitcoin futures, there's Bitcoin Group SE. So there's a lot of things. But what we need to look at is Bitcoin to US dollar. Okay, so if I see here, pardon me, Bitcoin US dollar, and we see that which exchange is this. Okay, so over here the exchange is BitPay. What I am aware and what I use generally is Binance, because Binance is the world's biggest crypto exchange, centralized crypto exchange in terms of volume. So you never have issue over there. So we can come here and we can go down and we can just figure out where is Binance and click here. And once we do that, so everything in Binance and their ticker is over here. So BTC perpetual, very interesting thought. BTC perpetual future contract. These are futures contract that do not have expiry. So there's something called perpetual contracts in the cryptocurrency industry, where you can be long on futures contract without ever have to rolling your position. If you've done some stock market trading, you would know what is rolling on your contracts. So but we are interested in Bitcoin US dollar, and let's just figure out where that is. Let's just see. Yeah. So here we can see that we can have a look at the chart. Once we've clicked it, we can view the full featured chart of that cryptocurrency over here, and we can analyze or chart them out over here. I usually don't like the white background over here. I convert it into a black this thing, so you can see the volumes, how it is going up and down. You can change, obviously you can change the what do you say, the days in terms of minutes. So if you click on minutes, it's on minutes. You can have candlesticks over here, and you can get 15 seconds, or maybe for 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 30 minutes, for 1 hour, for 4 hours, and you can have a look what's happening. Generally, people, when they are trading into crypto, they have a look at 1 hour, 4 hours, and 15-minute sessions, and they have a look what's happening in the crypto in these time frames. Generally, 4 hour time frame is the time frame that everybody uses. So this is a platform where you can use charting, and you can use for writing a certain amount of text for you to remember next time. You can obviously do some analysis while checking out these charts. Maybe you're having a look at the trend line. You can follow these trends, and you can, this is important because once you've decided that you want to get into any asset, your objective is to make sure that you don't overkill yourself once you jump into the pool. What I mean is, if you've decided that you're going to invest $10,000 into a stock or into cryptocurrency, you should not buy it immediately at that moment. Okay, you should not go all in at the same time. You should figure out when is the right moment. Maybe the stock is going to clear. I'm not sure what chart we are in, but it's pretty certain that we are in the in the uptrend here, and we are on the one of the all times high here. So I would not suggest maybe to buy everything at this moment. We will probably come down here in this place, and somewhere over here we can probably buy, assuming that we are in the long run, the stock is going to go up in this direction. So there's volumes over here. You can always analyze more things, like you can chart out more things like your moving averages, your volumes, and EMAs, MACD, and RSI levels. These are something that are generally being used for assessing any stock, not only crypto. So these are things that we can have a look. Going back over here, what we can also see is that every crypto has something called ideas on the trading view platform. So but you can see what other people are sharing, and what do they think on the chart, and what is it that they are saying in terms of what's going to happen in the chart. So this is something that you should obviously have a look. You should create an account on tradingview.com. Sorry. The next thing that we need to look at is Binance.com. As I said, Binance is one of the biggest cryptocurrency exchanges, centralized exchanges in the world. This is Binance.com in English, and so they've got multiple languages. Whenever you go on Binance.com, it will ask you to go to the Indian website. I generally don't do that because all the news and everything, once you go there, it I don't know why, but it disappears, and it just shows India website, which is not very informative. But once you've decided, once you're on CoinGecko, you've seen what the markets are doing, how they are doing, and you are aware of where to come in, and what can you expect in the next few days. What you would generally want to do is go on Binance.com and register yourself. So there is a certain amount of KYC that you need to do. Once you are in there, you will be bombarded with overwhelming information of Binance over here. So over here you can see all the options that you can use. There's exchange where you can use the centralized exchange of Binance. There are academy, so these are all free to use educational videos and documents. Broker platform, this is generally not for us. I'm assuming we are all just trying to get in. um, there's something called decentralized exchanges. So a decentralized exchange is an exchange which is not is not centralized. Basically, when you see Bombay Stock Exchange or National Stock Exchange, these are centralized exchanges which are which have certain aspects, and they are ruled and governed by maybe SEBI, maybe there are certain rules and regulations by EDIS and all those things. So what a decentralized exchange is that it does not it is not governed, or it is not ruled by a centralized body, which means the market never closes. The nobody can nobody can close the market. If the market goes down 30%, there is no barrier to stop it. If the market goes 100%, there is no barrier to stop it. So basically, if something like this, okay, if you see on Binance coin, this has in the last 7 days it has gone up 112%. If something like this would happen in the normal stock exchange on a daily basis, so the stock market would generally stop for some time, and it will cool down for a while, so that people don't get just don't YOLO into the coin, right? But that is not something that happens into on Binance or into decentralized exchanges. These are these exchanges are running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They never stop. So unlike your normal stock market, which is from 9:15 to 3:30 every trading day, crypto market never stops. So it's there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So what you need to be careful is whenever you are sleeping, even then the market is up. So you need to make sure that your positions are hedged. You need to make sure that you are not over leveraged. You need to make sure that you are not all in into one coin, because if you do that, and if the market goes north or south to your direction, so then there can be you can lose a lot of money. and uh, and rightly, I have lost a lot of money while doing such things. So while you experiment these things, it's always good to take suggestions, hear from people, do your own research before getting into these things. These are very, very volatile asset classes. So getting back on Binance, this is the biggest centralized exchange in the world with the highest volume. We can see that there's also a session. There's also something called market where, which is similar to CoinGecko that we were seeing in just some time ago. So on Binance, you can see this is the platform on the spot market. So this is very, very overwhelming for somebody who does not know what is crypto, or who does not have some experience into stock market. So what we are seeing right now on screen is the spot market, and all the things that are available in spot market. Let's just change this to using some things that we can be relate to. So Bitcoin US dollar, what we just did is we selected US dollar from the fiat markets options, and Bitcoin US dollar is running at around $57,000. It has breached $50,000 a few days ago. We have a 24-hour volume on this exchange of 4.28 million coins. No, this is not coins. This is dollars. Yeah, and the market cap has reached more than $1 trillion. We can do trading over here if we want to. We will just have a look at it some time from now. Then there are other cryptocurrencies that we can have a look. Obviously, on this platform, we can check which are the cryptocurrencies who's having most trading volume in the last 24 hours, and we see that Bitcoin and BNB, there's something called Binance Coin, BNB, is being traded with one of the highest volumes right now. So if we want to have a look at the exchange over here, we can see that it's quite overwhelming for somebody who's just getting in the cryptocurrency market. But what we generally see over here is the bid and ask spread on the left hand side. On the center of the screen, you see the again the chart that we have for coin that it is doing since. So we have selected one day over here. We can always select 4 hours, and we can see what's going on in this platform. 1 hour, we can change the time frame over here, and we can have a look. The Bitcoin market is insanely going up. We can see that in last few weeks we've we've more than doubled our investments in the last few weeks. So if we see in September 21st, it was around $10,000, 10,500, and we are today at 57,000. So it's more than 5x returns for Bitcoin right now. The reason that we are seeing this is because the institutions are FOMOing. So FOMO is fear of missing out, and institutions are rightly now FOMOing into Bitcoin, and there's just not a lot of Bitcoins that we have. So just getting back to the platform, we see that these are the charts that we have. We can do some analysis on this platform. We can have a look at some technical analysis. We can see your moving averages, and we can have a look at RSI and all of those things. So these are now so we can obviously increase this screen, and we can have a look where we are going. So we can learn more about these analysis once on YouTube. There are free sessions on YouTube where you can have a look and read about how do you analyze and trade into Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, or even for that matter any other stock, because these are the same fundamentals that we are going to use in any asset. It's just that crypto market is extremely volatile. And so coming back again to the right, we have all the coins that we can see. Right now we've selected US dollar, and in US dollar, what cryptocurrency that we can trade into. We can obviously change our the percentage change that we have in the last 24 hours, and we can have a look at it there. So after that, there is the market trades, and what trades are happening at every second. These are extremely fast trading platforms, so you get everything live. Unlike your stock market, you can actually have a look at a lot of details over here. You can have a look of the whole what do you say, the depth of your book, and you can look at the limit orders. You can do market orders. You can do stop loss, stop limit orders. You can do leverage trading. So there's something called leverage trading and isolated and cross trading. So basically, in isolated, if you have $100 in your account, you can trade worth of $1,000. So that's something that you can do. But make sure these are extremely volatile asset classes, and you can lose all the money within minutes. So you can lose all the money as soon as you put in. So always be careful. Obviously, once you register, so I'm not logged in right now, but once you register and you log into the platform, then you will be asked to give a certain amount of tests. Okay, so these tests are made sure by Binance, so that you know what you are getting into, what are the risks involved, and you know the basics of the things that you are trying to get involved into. That said, after that we have many things inside this. So it's not only an exchange for trading of bitcoins. You can save them. There are launch pads. So your bitcoins or ethereums or any other cryptocurrency that you have, you can basically you can stake them. So staking them basically means you can say that I have 10 BNB. Okay, so every BNB is around $300, and I have 10 BNB, so $3,000. I can stake this, and I can earn an interest on it. So this is an annual percentage yield, and this yield is given every hour. Okay, so how does this calculation happen is basically, if I stake $1,000 over here, so $1,000 annualized percentage yield will be 3.96%, and I will be getting paid every hour. So it's getting divided on the number of hours that we have. This APY is not a what do you say? It's not a fixed number. Okay, so this APY is a flexible amount. It depends on how much coins that are staked in, and how much people are staking out of it. So it can go as much as 100%. So basically, 2 days ago I was taking my Ethereum. So BETH is Binance Ethereum. I'm sorry. So the APY of BETH was 110%. So what it means is the annual percentage yield on my Ethereums 2 days ago was at 110%. So that's quite a lot of money, and it's an interesting what do you say, savings where you can do. So if you believe that Ethereum is going to go up, and you don't want to sell it, so you have maybe $1,000 worth of Ethereum and you don't want to sell it, but that money is staked in, but that money you cannot use it, right? What you can do is you can stake your Ethereum over here, and you can earn interest on the Ethereums that you're holding. You can earn interest on multiple cryptocurrencies that you have over here. In detail, we can go, and the session would probably be more than 15 hours, maybe. So, but what I'm trying to say is, in the cryptocurrency world, um, you can own an asset. Okay, you can be long on that asset, and while you're long at it, you can earn interest on it. Basically, what I'm saying is, once you in the stock market, if that was true, what you could have done is you can buy IRCTC stock and you can hold it, and while you are holding it, you can earn interest on IRCTC stock. So that is something that does not happen, of course, in the stock market, but that is possible in the cryptocurrency world. So yeah, this is not the only thing, of course. There are many other things that we have over here. If we see, there are your futures in currency futures, the coin futures, vanilla options, leverage tokens. Leverage tokens are also something which is interesting. Basically, if you've done some futures and options trading into stock, what you know is that while you are holding the stock, you can be liquidated. Okay, so maybe you're 10x on the leverage, and if the market moves 10% up or down, so you can be liquidated. Your positions, you may have $1,000 into your account, and that money can be liquidated. But in a leverage token, that cannot happen, because these tokens are they do not have that risk involved. So what you can do is, you can be long on, for example, this is a GRT. Okay, so GRT is a token, and this is graph token, by the way, a very interesting project. Maybe we can discuss this in future whenever we get another time. But graph token, you can be long on this token, and you can be up to 4x leverage. Okay, but the good thing about it is, if the graph token comes down, you you will not be liquidated. In the normal what do you say, if you were on the leverage account, your position might have been liquidated, which happens to most of the people. Okay, so you should not do leverage trading if you don't know what these things are. You should read about them extensively before getting into these things. But over here, you cannot be liquidated, is what I'm trying to say. So this is another asset class which is something which you don't see in the stock market. Then we have incubator centers. We can earn cryptocurrencies while we are staking those. Obviously, we can stake our Binance tokens. There are derivative. There are some interesting things like Battle. Again, these are options trading, not really some place where you can earn money in the long run. It is not. It's very difficult for that. But for fun of it, you can have a look at it. Don't trade in that. You can see that we have one-stop investment solution for earning. There's Binance Visa card, which is not available in India right now, but it will be maybe sometime. You can earn crypto loans. So basically, if you are for example, if you want a loan in your real world, there will be a lot of documentation that you will have to provide, right? So if you want maybe 5 lakh rupees worth of loan, so you need some collateral. You need to give your documents to the bank. The bank needs to approve it. They will see your CIBIL score and everything, blah blah blah, whatever. So, but in the crypto world, if you have 10,000 BNB tokens, or if you have or even if you have like 2,000 or 100 or even 5 BNB tokens, you can you can take loan against those assets, because those assets are extremely liquid assets. So without ever providing any kind of documentation, and the loans are always secured. They are 100% guaranteed for approval. This is something interesting, because if organization like Tesla decides that they want to buy $1 billion worth of bitcoins, so they can buy bitcoins worth $1 billion today. 5 years from now, the if bitcoin Bitcoin keeps on increasing, those $1 billion, maybe 2 billion, 3 billion, 5 billion, we don't know. But if it keeps on increasing, then what we will see is that the asset that Tesla is holding has increased. Now, if they want loan, they don't have to go to a bank. They can go to an exchange like Binance, or they can go to an exchange and they can liquid and they can earn, or they can get loan from their asset holdings without getting into all the legal aspects of it. So the provision of loans and everything is going to be another place where we are going to see a lot of movement in the next few years. Again, Binance is extremely it has a lot of features over here, filled with features. Token wallet is Trust wallet is something that you can hold, you can have in your phone. So basically, you can hold your cryptocurrencies yourself. There is something called self sovereignty. You can own your own bitcoins. You don't have to you don't have to keep it in an exchange. Like, in terms of rupees that you are holding, those rupees are not actually they are debt. If you read on it, okay, so they are debt that the government is backing on. So that is not true with cryptocurrencies. When you are holding a crypto, the asset is yours. You don't have a token of it. It is yours. If you lose it, so you've lost it forever. And you need to make sure that you're keeping your passwords and your private keys safe and secure. What are they, and how do you do that? Maybe we can discuss this in the group. If you guys are interested, we can join the group and discuss in detail about it. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you are holding your Bitcoins, Ethereums, or any other cryptocurrency in a trust wallet, or in an external wallet, if you lose the password of it, then it's gone. Okay, so you need to be careful when you're doing that. You need to be careful, because there's nobody who can get your passwords back. They are completely self sovereign. You are your own custodian. Okay, so unlike bank, if you lose 10,000 rupees in your bank account, you can go and complain to the bank account, and your 10,000 might be reversed. But that will not happen in the crypto world if you're not safe. Okay, if you're not, it can happen if you're doing your precautions. But if you're not safe, you can lose a lot of money. So yeah, that is Binance, which is the biggest exchange in the world. FTX is another exchange. It is why I'm explaining FTX is because it is a little bit unique over here. Once you go to ftx.com, obviously you will be welcomed with their screen, which is. But again, like Binance, this is again a very overwhelming place with a lot of information. What I want to show is something called stocks over here. Okay, so an interesting place in FTX exchange is you can own a tokenized version of stocks on Nasdaq, or of stocks which are listed in the US stock market. So, for example, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is something that you should know. It's and the GBTC is a tokenized stock of the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So we see there's a little bit of volatility over here. Um, but so what I'm trying to say is, you can own Tesla, okay, on ftx.com. You can own Twitter, you can own Apple, you can own you can own some interesting things like Google, MicroStrategy. So you need to know what is MicroStrategy, by the way. MicroStrategy is one of the prominent players in the mass adoption of Bitcoin in the corporate world. So MicroStrategy and Grayscale are something that you need to be aware of in this place. But going back, you can see something called GameStops. I'm not sure if you guys were aware of something. GameStops and Reddit traders, there was a lot of interesting things that was happening over here. I don't suggest buying GameStop, by the way. But here on this platform, they have managed to tokenize stocks that are in the real world. So you can buy and you can hold those stocks in in your portfolio. Although it is completely legal to buy and hold stocks from the Nasdaq directly, in India you can hold, I think, around $200,000 worth of stocks in your portfolio without getting into some legal issues. But this is something that you can do also in the stock on FTX exchange. There are other things again over here. There's prediction market. So if you see over here, Trump 2024, again, one of the very interesting things that you see only on cryptocurrency exchanges like FTX is that you can be long or short, or you can hold the stock. So it says that Trump 2024 is the futures contract that expires to $1 if Donald Trump wins the 2024 U.S. Presidential general election. Okay, so this is amazing because I can be long on an event that is real, that is in real life. So right now the market is not mature enough. But imagine holding a stock which says that it's going to rain in Mumbai, or it's going to rain in Punjab. So a farmer can own these stocks without even doing anything. If these things are mass adopted in India, imagine a farmer can be long on rain, or he can be short on rain. So maybe he's growing potatoes, okay, but if it doesn't rain, the potatoes are not going to get yielded so much. So he can be short on rain, okay. He can say that it's not going to rain on a platform like ftx.com, and if it doesn't rain, he will lose money on his potatoes, but he will gain money on ftx.com. So we are far from that something like that to happening, but that can obviously happen. So there's a lot of opportunity here to tap into, and it's extremely easy, okay. So you can be long on short even now. You can trade into commodities even now. But is it possible? How many of you have already traded into commodities? How many of you have traded into climate? You can be long on short on rains also. So how many of you do that? Nobody does that. Does a farmer do that? No. But can a farmer do that? Yes, because you can download this app, you can put in your money, you can be long or short on events that are on real life. So that's something that is very interesting. um, you can obviously, there are future contracts over here. There's volatility, obviously. You can be long and multiply your long positions 4x. So Bitcoin, if, for example, let's come here and let's see what's happening to Bitcoin over here. Just give me a moment. So if we see, okay, I cannot see Bitcoin here. Let's go to US dollar in the fiat currency and then see. Yeah, so over here, if you see Bitcoin US dollar in the last 24 hours have changed to 0.051%. Okay, so but if you see over here, Bitcoin move is a volatility contract. It has changed 4.87%. Imagine what happens when Bitcoin moves 10% over here, which is normal in cryptocurrency. So this would have moved 40%. So what does Bitcoin move over here? Bitcoin BTC move settles to the absolute value of the change in the price of Bitcoin between these dates. So it's measuring the volatility between these dates. So these are interesting, assets or holdings that you can have or be long or short on that. Again, these are extremely volatile assets. These are assets that I certainly don't understand to not even like 50% of it. And even the experts who are dealing into these assets, most of them, would not understand, because there's a lot of things that are going on over here. Okay? So be careful. You can be amazed by looking at all these things. You can learn how to do this. You can learn how to create a contract that keeps a track of an event which is external to it. So you take inspiration from that. Don't trade into these things. Yeah, so I was saying, these are exchanges that we can do. We can have a look at. I will share the link of these exchanges. If you use those links, you will get some benefit, because those links. So if we see over here, see over here, it has a my referral link over here. If you use this referral, I will share the link. So you might get, like, I think on Binance it is 20% off on the fees of whatever you do. On FTX, I think it is around 5% on this thing. You can choose to do that, and so you get 20 or 10%, whatever the discount is there. let's move on to we don't have a lot
Excuse
of
me, Mr.
time.
Kundliwal.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to interrupt. Am I audible?
yeah, you are.
Yeah. So, Mr. Kundliwal, since we have gone into a bit in depth regarding this practical thing
Yeah.
about cryptocurrency as well as blockchain, we are actually getting
Yeah.
several questions on our live chat. So, I thought that it will be better if
Okay.
we address certain questions and then move on to the next part.
Yeah, I cannot see the
Yeah.
chats.
So, I will
I
be
think
asking you the questions. We have collected certain questions, so I will be asking you those.
okay, cool. Let's do that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the first question that has come up, it has been asked by Rishabh Kumar Sharma. What is POW and POP in Ethereum?
What is proof of work? These are consensus mechanisms. Basically what happens is Ethereum or any other cryptocurrency, these are on chain. Okay, so they are not an asset which you can touch. So what you need is a mechanism which verifies and which ascertains whenever you transfer these coins to somebody else, so it can verify that you have already done that, and it can make sure that you cannot do it again. So basically, if I give you a PDF copy of this presentation, you can copy it and you can send it to Rishabh, you can send it to me, you can send it to 10,000 other people. But should this feature be on Ethereum? Should you be allowed to copy your Ethereums and paste it into different accounts? No, you should not be allowed to do that. How do you make sure that a user or a holder of a coin does not double spend it? Okay, so there are multiple consensus mechanisms that are being used for multiple cryptocurrencies. There are more than, I think there are more than 7,000, if I'm not wrong. So if you see on CoinGecko, there are more than 6,000 as of now. I've seen this number to 9,000 also. So there are more than 6,000 cryptocurrencies. Many of them have very unique and interesting consensus mechanism. What a consensus mechanism is, basically it makes sure and it tells everybody on the system that this is what happened. Rohit transferred some bitcoins to Rishabh. Rishabh transferred some bitcoins to you, and he should not be able to do that. So one of the mechanism is proof of work. Proof of work is just a mechanism where a miner needs to make sure that whenever he's doing the calculations, he's showing that the work is done. Basically, he's doing some mathematical. He's solving a mathematical problem on the block, and he's one. Whichever miner finds the solution to it gets the reward of it. It's a little bit technical, but basically, how do you make sure that these mechanisms work? Is that miners are incentivized whenever they are creating a block. So one of the ways of doing that is whenever a miner creates a block and he links it, he needs to do it the first in the world. There are more than 100,000 miners, I think so, for Ethereum also, and these blocks need to be made as soon as possible. Whenever somebody makes that block and he solves the problem, basically there is a problem that the computer needs to solve, and once he solves it, he will publish this news in the gossip protocol, and he will let all the computers, all the nodes know that he's done it. And one of the ways to do that is proof of work. There are multiple other ways: proof of work, proof of stake, proof of authority. There are many consensus mechanisms. I think there are more than 15. There could be more. I'm not sure. But proof of work is something that Ethereum is running on as of now. Ethereum 2.0 is going to come in, and we are going to move from proof of work to proof of stake. So it is basically a change in the consensus of the mechanism. Not going into technical details, but it helps prevent multiple security issues and double spending in a network.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kundliwal. So we are currently getting a lot of questions. So let's just proceed
Yeah,
a little faster with these questions. So there are
yeah, yeah.
multiple questions which has been asked by Mr. Gaurav Nanda. So I will move one by one. So first of all, he has asked, will cryptocurrencies replace physical currencies since a few companies have started taking Bitcoin as payment?
Interesting question. I think so. There will be some companies who might use them as as payment services. So there's a, so it is not legal for you to send a cryptocurrency in India to somebody for goods or services. Okay. So for example, if I'm creating a presentation, and for this presentation I'm asking somebody to pay me point one Ethereum. Okay. So asking somebody to pay me one Ethereum, I cannot do that, because what I did is I provided a service to my client, and then I'm asking them for the service a currency. Okay. The only thing that you are allowed to do in India is to ask INR, okay, in Indian currency. You cannot provide goods or services in India in cryptocurrency. There are some countries in the world who are appreciating this, and they are allowing people to, buy and sell goods or services using these cryptocurrency. Will that happen in India? I don't think so. Will this be like, the future of using these things? Maybe not. Okay. So because there's a lot of risk involved in doing these things. But what will eventually happen is people are going to get more investment decisions. What you can do is you can invest into something, an asset like that. You can gain from that money, convert that money back into your rupees INR, and you can pay an interest, or I'm sorry, you can pay tax on these money. And and this is completely legal to do in India. So will mass adoption happen for buying and selling of goods? I don't think so. Will it happen for other things? Yes, it will definitely happen. Nobody can stop it.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kundliwal. So another question that Gaurav Nanda has asked is, why are big investors like Warren Buffett and even Charlie Munger are against the Bitcoin? They call it a plague. Will government introduce their own cryptocurrency?
Why is Warren Buffett not a fan of crypto? I don't know. Okay, so but his opinions are, his fair and valid. He's a great fundamental researcher. He likes to believe in something before investing into it. Maybe he doesn't believe in Bitcoin. Maybe he must know more about Bitcoin than me, obviously, because he's talking and reading about this from people who I don't have access to. So he's been advised by multiple people about Bitcoin and Ethereum and other cryptocurrency, but he doesn't believe in it, and I believe in it even after not having that same amount of information. So it's just a matter that if people don't believe in it as of now. But does Bitcoin care if you believe in it? No, Bitcoin doesn't care. Bitcoin has reached more than 5x. In fact, it has reached more than 15x in this year. On March 2020, it was less than $3,500. Today it is at $57,000. So you believe in it, you don't believe in it, it doesn't matter. It's going up, and you can take advantage of it if you want to. If you read about it, you can be a fan of it like me, or the technology behind it, which is blockchain, like me, and you can read more about it and become a developer of your own. So that can happen. So yeah.
All right, all right. And the next question that has been asked by Aniket Pal is, there some sort of Sensex for crypto trading? And if I make a new cryptocurrency, what do I need to make its listing on trading platforms?
Hmm. What I think the question is there some sort of index? So
No,
Sensex
Sensex. Is there some sort of Sensex for crypto trading?
so Sensex is
That's
a,
what,
yeah. The
yeah.
question is that I'm assuming that what he's saying is there an index? So Sensex is an
Okay,
index of all the stocks that are there
exactly. Yeah.
on the BSE, right? So is there an index? Yes, there is an index. We have indexes over here. Um, there is index obviously over here. We can have a look of these indexes. I'll share some links, but there are indexes which you can have a look at, which are tracking them. Are these indexes volatile? Yes, they are extremely volatile. Are these indexes they are I mean, it's a complicated asset class, and even though the stock market are moving fast, and these assets are these indexes have sometimes even 50 assets inside it, but even they are volatile. So there are indexes. They are not in the they are not very widely used. Can you create your own cryptocurrency? Yes, you can do that. You can go on to ethereum.com. You can learn about how to make your own cryptocurrency or your own token, and you can launch it on Binance. You can launch it on all the major cryptocurrencies if you have a good project in you. So you can come up with a project. You can apply for grants from Binance, from other places, and you can create your own crypto. Yes, you can do that.
Always. Another question that Aniket Pal has asked is, if cryptocurrency is ultimately traded for regular money, can it ever overtake the world?
Um, so we interesting facts about cryptocurrency world right now is that we are at around 1.5 trillion dollar market cap for cryptocurrency. The market cap for gold is around $9 trillion. So the first objective is first to conquer the gold market cap. So we will become $9 trillion. Once that happens, the market cap for currencies I think is around $90 trillion, if I'm not wrong. So the next step will be that. After that, the market cap for futures and options, and for leverage currency exchanges, which all these bigger institutions are doing. They are, I think it's more than 900, $800 billion. So that's big money. We are at $1.5 trillion now. Will we reach somewhere close to that? I think yes, because there's a lot of advantage to using and trading Bitcoin. I just saw a post last month that somebody, we don't know who, but somebody transferred, I think, $600 million to somebody in Bitcoin and paid $0.0007 as a transaction fee. So imagine doing that in the real world. Transacting $600 million to somebody else, you will need multiple banks. You will have a lot of documents. There will be a lot of things that you need to take care of before doing doing the transaction on this level. So the market cap of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency is going to go up, irrespective of whatever happens in India, irrespective of whatever happens in Nigeria. Even Nigeria is planning to ban it. So it doesn't care, because the smart money is going to find ways to multiply itself as fast as possible. And if the government says that you are not allowed to do that, smart money will always find it. People like you and me will be banned to do that, but people around the world will keep on trading onto it, and the value will keep on going up.
Absolutely, absolutely, that's true. Okay, Mr. Kundliwal, the next question that has been asked by Aniket Gupta, a really interesting question. What is the future of cryptocurrency in India, as there have been rumors that government might ban cryptocurrency over here?
Yes, so now in the current parliament sessions, we've seen that RBI has planned to regulate and regulate the cryptocurrency in India. So, what are the details of it? Nobody knows as of now. In 2090, RBI was completely banned cryptocurrency. Then it was overturned by the Supreme Court, and so as of now, the situation is that there is a what is it document which is going to be read upon, and there's going to be a lot of discussions onto it. Will that document detail out banning of cryptocurrency? I don't think so. Personally, I think the RBI will create measures to make sure that people like you and me can trade into the right cryptocurrency. So there are, as we said, there are more than 7,000 cryptocurrencies as of now. Most of these cryptocurrencies are shit. Okay, so people will take your money will go down the drain. How do you make sure that the 7 lakh villages in the country are safely using cryptocurrency? So you need a parent like RBI who can regulate it and say, okay, these cryptocurrencies are being used, they can be traded. These cryptocurrency cannot be traded because they don't come into the criteria, they don't have the right documentation, the team is not there. So something like that can happen. I believe something like that will happen.
Okay, that's really interesting. Okay, the next question that has been asked by Kamal Pentakota: why is Bitcoin more popular among all the cryptocurrencies?
Interesting question again. I think Bitcoin is popular only for the reason that it was the first ever cryptocurrency to be to be used. So there's something called blue ocean strategy, and the first market moves mover advantage. So Bitcoin and Ethereum has the first market mover advantage, and that is why we see that Bitcoin historically has had a market cap dominance of around 80%, even 90%. It was down around 65% now, and now we just saw on CoinGecko.com that it was again at around 59%. So what we are seeing, interesting thing is that the dominance of Bitcoin in the cryptocurrency is going down, which is good because we want other cryptocurrencies to grow. There are good projects in the cryptocurrency world like Ethereum, Polkadot, Cardano, like Graph, and these are good projects. So once they will grow and as the market matures, market dominance of Bitcoin will eventually and slowly come down, and that is something that we will see. Sorry.
So a next question that has been asked by Kamal himself is, if a country promotes a particular cryptocurrency in large amounts, will it be beneficial for its GDP?
Hmm. So MicroStrategy is one of the companies that is promoting Bitcoin for corporate usage. Okay, so you guys have obviously most of you guys are like bachelor's and master's degree holders, so you know what is inflation. So the how do you hedge on inflation? So you can hedge on inflation. One way of doing that is keeping on buying bitcoins to a certain extent. Imagine you have 100 crore in your balance sheet. Imagine you are a multi-billion-dollar organization and you have 100 crore in your balance sheet. 100 crores every day is being inflated, and you have a discount rate of maybe 6%, 7% in India, and not discount rate. I'm sorry, the CPI index of 6% in India, and so this money is depreciating. It's going down every day. How do you make sure that your 100 crore rupees is the same 100 crore 10 years from now, or it becomes 110 crore rupees 10 years from now? What you can do is you can hold a certain amount of bitcoins into your balance sheet, and because the value of bitcoin is going up, you can hedge against the fiat currency. This is what MicroStrategy as a company is promoting for corporates around the world. Will this happen in the global for the country? It might happen. So Venezuela is the army of Venezuela is mining bitcoins because the inflation in these countries is skyrocketingly high. They have like 1 lakh, 2 lakh inflation rates. So the money does not make sense over there. How do you make sure and how do you buy assets that defend your country? So in third world countries in Africa, where the access to banks is not available. So these places, governments will eventually, I think, hold a certain amount of bitcoins. So there will be sovereign buying of bitcoins in certain future, but that will take some time. First phase of adoption is the corporates. The corporates are going to take a little more risk now. They are going to buy certain bitcoins. We are seeing Apple is planning to buy bitcoin. Maybe, okay. Uh, uh, what do you say? Twitter is planning to give bitcoins or cryptocurrencies to people. So it will happen eventually. It will happen. It will not happen in 1 year. It will not happen in 2 years. But it will definitely happen in 20 years. So we are new in the game, and there's a lot of information that needs to be given to all the players that are on stake.
Absolutely. Yeah. And another far-fetched but interesting question: what will we do with a cryptocurrency when it gets exhausted?
Maybe what the question is that what happens when the bitcoins are over.
Exactly.
So
When the
yeah,
global supply of Bitcoin reaches its limit.
yeah. So we are at around 18 million bitcoins. I think so, 18.5. The total bitcoins that can be minted is around 21 million bitcoins. If we calculate an estimate time, so probably you know. We will probably exhaust those numbers maybe by 2080. So what happens then is a very interesting and philosophical question that depends on a lot of things. What might happen is the bitcoin prices is going to reach to its upper limit, and there will be coins on other network which will be using bitcoin as a stable thing. So what can happen is you can take all the bitcoins and then upload it onto ethereum network, and ethereum is going to grow from there. Or you can do it on the matic network, or you can do it on polkadot network. So there will be there will be movement of bitcoin onto other platforms. Once that happens, the obvious question is the miners on the platform, they will need to be incentivized for mining and transacting onto the Bitcoin. Maybe there will be other means, like transaction fees might increase, some things like that happen, but the network is not going to go down if that is the concern. But these networks are being run by communities, they are not owned by organizations, so they cannot be liquidated. There will always be somebody who is working on these projects, and the in the future, when something like this happens, there will be consensus mechanisms within the community that will discuss where the direction of this of the technology go. So for Bitcoin, something like that can happen. Ethereum does not have an upper limit, so we might not see something like that. Although there is, burning of Ethereum and things like that, fairly complicated stuff. But in general, once that happens, there are smart people to take care of.
Exactly. That's true. All right, Mr. Kundliwal, thank you for that. And next question is from Kiran Patro. Why is cryptocurrency more volatile than other classes of assets?
So it's not like that. So any asset that is being released for the first time, it is a little volatile. So if you see the stocks when they are listed on National Stock Exchange or Bombay Stock Exchange, on the first day they do not have a upper limit or higher limit. So they can be traded at wherever places. They are very volatile. So or if there is a new technology, like for example, when RTPC testings were done, they were very expensive. So, whenever a new technology comes into picture, then the prices of these technologies is being realized by the community slowly and steadily. So we are in the price discovery. Nobody knows what the price of Bitcoin is going to be when it stabilizes. So we are not in the stable mode right now. It's like buying internet in the year 2000. If I were to tell you that you can buy Google when it was trading at a few cents or whatever, so have you done that, or would you have said, no, it is extremely volatile and I don't believe in that technology? So we are in the first phase of that internet era in 2000, in 2000. Yeah, so that is why it is volatile, because it is new. Once the adoption takes place, and once the people are going to use it more and more, the volatility will reduce. Yes.
Exactly. That's true. So the next question is from Divya Ranjan. Does cryptocurrencies fundamental analysis possible like in the stock market?
Yes, extremely possible. For fundamental analysis, there is something called Into the Blocks. You can have a look at Into the Blocks. This website, you can have a look. So unlike stock market, on the Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these cryptocurrency market, what you can do is you can keep track of who's buying how much Bitcoins. Okay, so these are platforms where you can have a look at it. What is the volume of Bitcoins that is going up in the exchanges? There are 10, 12 good exchanges in the world, and if the volume of Bitcoin goes up in the exchange, then it is very likely that the price of Bitcoin is going to go down. So why is it going to go down? Is because the investors are putting the Bitcoin into the exchange to sell it. Uh, I'm sorry. So that is what is going to happen if number of Bitcoins increase in the exchange. What if it goes? If the Bitcoins reduce in the exchange, so the price of Bitcoin is probably going to go up. We can discuss more in detail onto this, but in general, fundamental analysis of cryptocurrencies is more doable than it is doable on stock market, because Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these cryptocurrencies are more transparent. You can do more analysis into it. There's a lot of details that you can figure out. If you see the screen that I'm showing right now, into the blocks.com has a lot of details that you can have a look at. Keeping what is the volume that is going in, what is the price that is fluctuating. There's a lot of details that's happening on the on these platforms, and you can do more fundamental analysis on cryptocurrency than you can do on your regular stock market. So those things are possible. In fact, what is also possible is you can figure out which part of the world is doing more trading because of the time and timestamp that is being captured on this network. Every time the transactions happen, there is timestamp that takes care, that is recorded, and you can so figure out, is the east world doing more transactions than the west world, so those are interesting figures. These websites are also tracking how many, so on social media, how many users are on Telegram, Twitter, GitHub, what is the search trend, what is the analysis of these conversations that they are having. So these are extremely fundamental analysis that these guys are doing, and they are called on-chain analysis, by the way. So on-chain analysis of cryptocurrencies is at least 10 times more transparent and more doable than your normal stock.
Absolutely, exactly. And so, another question that has been asked by Sanket Samal is, what is the reason behind the increasing market cap of Bitcoin so rapidly, but not for the other cryptocurrencies?
So it's the same question. Why is Bitcoin more popular? It is because it is
More
the first
popular, yeah.
cryptocurrency. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's because they were the first. It was the first cryptocurrency. It so in the 11-year history of Bitcoin, the network has never been down. So the uptime of the Bitcoin network, Ethereum network, all these major networks is 100%. So which is huge.
Exactly.
We don't have 100% uptime for Google, Amazon, Facebook. So they have their own downtimes. They are 99.99% uptime. But Bitcoin, Ethereum are 100%. They've never been down. So so the value is inside them, and that is why it's going up. And people are slowly realizing that it has value. That is why it's good.
Absolutely. So, I think that will be all for the questions that have been asked in the live chat right now. So, what we can do is that we can move on to the next part where we are going to explain about blockchain, and then we will take up some frequently asked questions that we had already collected from our audience.
Okay, I just have two things to show you guys. One is obviously, like I was discussing, into the block.com. This is a place where you can analyze Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies that you want. Once you log into the page, you will see that there's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Litecoin, Chainlink. These are the cryptocurrencies that are available. Their market cap, their prices, the change that they are having in 24 hours, in the money and out of the money is a concept that finance people would know. Break even price at which the network will break even. Those whale concentration, how many addresses or how many wallets have more than $100,000 worth of Bitcoin. So these are interesting things. Fundamental analysis of these things are very very possible, and there's a lot of details that you can get into. Right now I'm not signed into this account, but what you are seeing is uh, the holders that who are making money, who are in the money right now. So we are seeing that at $57,000, 100% of the holders of Bitcoin are in the money. Nobody's out of the money. This is because there are new players coming in. There are new people coming in, and new people are willing to pay even more, even more, even more. That is why the price of Bitcoin is going higher and higher, and it goes up and down. There's a lot of things over here, but concentration by large holders. So if you see over here, large holder is a total holder of whales and investors. So more than 1% of the circulating supply, anybody holding that. So that is a concentration that. So 10% concentration is over here, and there's a lot of other details that we can have a look at. Total exchange inflow. So basically, if the exchange inflow is increasing, inflow of Bitcoin in an cryptocurrency exchange is increasing, it is very likely that the people who are putting in the crypto is doing that to sell those crypto. So if these go up, then it's a bearish move. And if the exchange outflow goes up, which means the Bitcoins are leaving the exchanges into their own private wallet, means that it's a bullish move. Why will I ever remove the Bitcoin from the exchange and put it into my own personal wallet? The reason I will do that is because I don't want to sell it. So it is considered as a bullish move. So if the outflows go increases, then generally the price of Bitcoin rises. So Into the Block is a great place where you can obviously have a look at. We can discuss this in more detail. I frequently share information about this thing on the Twitter and on the Telegram page. The next thing that you can obviously have a look at is Twitter.com. So on Twitter there are many interesting companies. One of them is CryptoQuant.com, where they are sharing actionable on-chain data. So this is a on-chain data analysis company. So they're very smart people. They are sharing a lot of details, which is very important in my opinion. So, for example, this information over here is shared by CryptoQuant. Ki Yong is the founder of CryptoQuant, by the way. So, on the upper part, we see that the price of Ethereum is going up, and we see that inflow transaction count, which is the number of counts of inflow in all the exchanges, 30-day moving average, is actually going down. Okay, so and the outflow transaction count of all the exchanges is in an upward trend. So in the previous bull run in 2017, the inflow of Ethereum was increasing, which means it is a bearish move, and the outflow was also increasing. But in this bull run, the inflow is not increasing and the outflow is increasing, which means institutional investors are buying Ethereum and they are putting it into their wallet. And why they are doing that is because they don't want to sell it. They don't want to sell it at $2,000 Ethereum prices. They want to sell it maybe at $10,000. They don't want to sell it now, basically. So this is a very bullish move, indicator that we are seeing. Something like this is not possible in the stock market, and this is a very fundamentally, positive news for Ethereum. We are sitting at $2,000 as of now. We can quickly check it. What's the price of Ethereum on CoinGecko? Ethereum is at $1,958 on average. So and still people are not removing, adding their Ethereums into the exchange to sell them. So even at $1,900 they are not putting in to sell them, which is a positive news for Ethereum. So yeah, that is what we. So even this chart that is shared by Kiyong, this is the outflow of Ethereum from the exchange called Coinbase, and we see that the total amount of ethers transferred from Coinbase wallet has, there was a spike over here. More than 190,000 Ethereums were transferred from the exchange out into the personal wallets. And like I said, once that happens, people are moving out of the exchange is because they don't want to sell it. And if they don't want to sell it, which means they are holding for long, which means the price of Ethereum is going to go up, which is what exactly happened. So this is another bullish move, for Ethereum. What I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of fundamental and technical analysis that is being shared by very smart people on Twitter. So we need to have a look over there. We need to read as much as possible. This is another chart which is showing that the number of bitcoins in the exchanges has been going down. So the question is, where did all these bitcoins go? They are going, they are going out of the exchanges, which means these companies are holding their bitcoins and they are not going to sell it. So there is a clear supply, what do you say, supply issue over here. You can only make 900 bitcoins a day, okay, as of now, and this 900 is going to become half in 2024. So people are FOMOing in. They are having fear of missing out, and that is why they are holding Bitcoin and they are thinking that the price is going to go up. What is it that you can do? You can take part in the race, or you can learn and educate yourself. It's an interesting place to be in altogether, and yeah. So that's what I want to share, is that there are many places into the block, and Twitter.com is one of the most prominent places where you can have a look. There are other platforms also, but I don't want to overwhelm everybody, because obviously there's a lot of things that is going on in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world. What we've realized is that the ocean is huge and we've not even seen a drop of it. I am somebody who does not even know, like, maybe even 5-10%. And obviously there's a lot of things going on, even people like into the blocks.com. There's so much information getting, there is so much information every second, is that if these experts cannot manage these information, so even they are, you know they are lacking people who can analyze this information for them. That is why they are giving such important information for free. Imagine you being sitting here, and you would have seen this, you would have analyzed this, and you were sitting here when Bitcoin prices were at, when Ethereum prices was at $378. You could have purchased Ethereum, and today it is at $1,900. So, and this information is freely available. So people are sharing it because it's new, and it's very cheap. You can get into the block.com at $100 every year, so that's pretty cheap. um, so yeah, you can also ask me questions on the Telegram group. I am, which I mentioned earlier. You can join Telegram if you want to get into blockchain and and cryptocurrency. Telegram is the place to be, and it's the place where everybody is. Okay, it's a global hub for all things blockchain and crypto, and so you can join blockchain noodles, and you can ask questions over there. I will try to answer them personally, or there are other people involved in the community, and the community is growing slowly, so they can answer those questions. You can also follow blockchain noodles Twitter handle, where I share these great insights, because obviously if you are getting involved into this for the first time, it is overwhelming, and you will not be having a look at all these things every day. So it requires a little bit of practice, and you can take advantage of somebody like me just to get on board for the first few months. Obviously, after you learn more about it, you have more other people who are smarter, and who are sharing more detailed analysis into all these things. And yeah, so that's it from my end. There is three
Yeah,
things.
thank you, Mr. Kundliwal. I think that
Yeah,
we have covered up a lot of the part with regards to cryptocurrency and blockchain. And so, as we had already told our audience that we have a small surprise which will be given to them by you. So before we move on to that, we have certain frequently asked questions that, if possible, then you can briefly answer them quickly.
sure, sure.
So, yeah, before that, we have already circulated the social media profile of Mr. Rohit Kundliwal, as well as his blockchain noodles on our various social media channels. And those links are also available right now in the description section of this particular video that you are watching. So you all can directly click on the links and follow him and his blockchain noodles on various social media, and also all can join his Telegram channel. That will be the source for all information blockchain, I guess. So, Mr. Kundliwal, let's begin with the Q&A session and quickly wrap it up.
Yes,
So,
yes.
I will now call upon my teammate Gaurav to carry it on from here. Gaurav?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, Randeep. So, good evening, Mr.
Yeah.
Rohit. So, I have a few
Hi, good evening.
FAQs for you. So, I will just share the screen.
Sure.
So, is my screen visible? Are
Um,
the questions visible on the screen?
I don't think so.
Is it now? Are the questions visible now?
Just give me a second. Okay, now it is visible.
Okay. So, first question is, what do you think is the current status of cryptocurrency in India? Uh, Means how is the penetration of cryptocurrency is in India?
So currently it is fairly unregulated place. We have RBI who is planning to regulate this place. Cryptocurrency is not considered as a currency in India, and it is also not considered as a currency in most of the countries in the world. It is considered as a commodity. It is not illegal to trade in cryptocurrency. However, it is extremely volatile place, and people can lose a lot of money, and there are a lot of scammers involved. So if you are planning to get into cryptocurrency, be sure that you are going to, meet a lot of scams. So current status is that it is unregulated. This might change in a few months, because there might be a policy from the RBI that can, change this. Yeah, it is
So,
unregulated and it is legal.
so do you think government should take any measures in order to increase its penetration? into the market?
Absolutely. I think the underlying technology, blockchain, is extremely important for fintech, for pharmaceutical industries, for many assets, and many sectors in the country. And obviously, the government realizes this, and they have they are open to accepting blockchain technology as a technology. Will they accept cryptocurrency? I'm not sure. So the government is already doing a lot of things. Like in Telangana, there is already a lot of projects onto the blockchain network which is being used. These are private blockchain networks; they are not public blockchain networks. And again, the government realizes this, and the private, blockchain networks has a lot of scope in the India, and government knows this. Public blockchain networks, there is certain amount of maturity that needs to come into the into the masses of the country, and once that happens, then we can slowly roll out cryptocurrency as an asset class for trading.
So I have another question. So we have seen whenever there is some digital transaction, there is possibility of fraud or some malware. So what if this happens with blockchain? How can we assure our security in blockchain against any fraud or system errors?
So something like this obviously happens. Like whenever we know there are a lot of scammers on Paytm also. They ask for your OTP and then your money is lost. A lot of these things happen in cryptocurrency also. There are measures to reduce this risk, but in general, whenever there is exchange of money involved, there is always a little bit of risk for malwares, for inconsistency in the network, and for risk involved for scams. Obviously, there is no inconsistency in the network for these cryptocurrencies, but there are many scammers involved. So what you need to do is you need to ask a lot of questions. You need to join different groups. Meet few people before you get involved yourself into something like this, and be aware in general of what can go wrong. So Murphy's law is whatever can go wrong will go wrong. So you can read more about it, and you can be aware of it before something like that happens. What you can do is you can start by reading about it and getting yourself educated into cryptocurrency before getting your hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if the blockchain starts malfunctioning, is there any actual way to resolve this?
Um, Now this is a complex question. I think blockchain malfunctioning is not something that happens. Um, but what you are maybe asking is, if there is a problem in the network, then can it be rectified? The answer is yes. If there is problem in the network and it can be rectified, has it happened in the past or up till now in any blockchain network? No. Can it happen in future? It might happen. If it happens, are there measures? Yes, there are measures to take care of.
Okay.
Nothing will happen to your money if something like this happens. You need to be careful for your username password. You need to be careful with your money. You need to be careful with your private keys. Yeah.
Okay. So now we move on to the next question. So we see that the rules regarding cryptocurrency in India are quite rigid. So will this affect future investments in cryptocurrencies?
um okay, so what maybe you're asking is, if there is a ban in cryptocurrency, will it affect the cryptocurrency market?
Yeah.
um, the global cryptocurrency market is bigger than the Indian market. If something like that happens, if there is a ban in Indian crypto market, there will be no effect on the main market, because we've seen that 2 weeks ago when people were saying that RBI is planning to ban it. The Indian crypto market saw some correction, but in general, Bitcoin did not see correction on their platform. So the crypto market in India is fairly young now, and a lot of people are joining in. But as of now, there is not a lot of significant change that will happen in the crypto. It's not like if there is a ban in India, the Bitcoin prices will come to $30,000 or $20,000. That will not happen.
Okay. So what if government bans cryptocurrency? What will the people do, especially the Indians who have already invested in cryptocurrency? So how will they recover their money?
So if the government bans trading of all the cryptocurrencies, so there is two things that I want to mention. If they are banning trading of all the cryptocurrencies, then the traders or the investors of cryptocurrency will probably given some time. They will be asked to sell off their cryptocurrencies in the next 1 month, and once they sell it, they will be asked to pay the taxes on the gains that they've had. After 1 month, anybody who deals in cryptocurrency will be illegal if something like that happens. But I don't think so something like this will happen. Let's see how the things fold out, and in the next few months we will come to know what is the stand of the government for cryptocurrency in India.
Okay. And if government bans cryptocurrency in India, then it won't affect global markets that much. Global market of cryptocurrencies that much.
Yes, it will not affect the global market that much. There will be some slight correction, but in general, correction of a volatility of 10% in the crypto market is normal. Even 20% is normal. So we will not even see the change in the global markets. That is something I believe will not happen.
Okay. So thank you, Mr. Rohit. Actually, I will be transferring the virtual stage to my friend, to my teammate Purneshwar, and he will be asking you a few more questions, and then we'll wrap up this session. So let's
Okay.
move over to Purneshwar. Just
Yeah, thank you, Gaurav. Yeah, hello, Mr. Rohit. I'm Kundliwal.
I
I'll be taking over from this one. Yeah, so we have come to the next question. Will cryptocurrency replace the physical currency in the future? I guess we have done the question from the comments like this
Yes,
one.
we've completed
Yeah,
this.
we shall move to the next one. Is there any market to operate cryptocurrency? There are lots of cryptocurrencies now, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron, etc. So, which is the best? So, you can just answer the second part of the question. Like we have also discussed about the is there any market to operate
Right.
cryptocurrency?
Right.
Yeah.
So we've done this in the session. Binance is the world's biggest and the most liquid cryptocurrency exchange. It has the highest volume. In general, Binance is the safest place to be. I will share the link of Binance where people can get 20% off on their trading fees, so they can download that. But Binance is the biggest and the best platform that people can use. Beside that, ftx.com is another platform that we discussed on the recent. So the links of these platforms can be provided from you guys on the description, where your students can get 20% off on their trading.
Okay. So let's move to the next part. So I guess we have completed all the questions here in the slides. So just to conclude the session here, uh, we have discussed today about CoinGecko, where we knew about different cryptocurrencies. It's like money control. Money control is for stocks, and CoinGecko is for the cryptocurrencies around the world. And we came to tradingview.com, where we kept an eye on the crypto in which you're trading, and we can also look into other people's views, like where they can share the info, like on Twitter or on Telegram. And here we came to the biggest part of the session, Binance. Binance, we can create a login page there. We can learn about different crypto there, and we can watch different currencies grow in the market and keep a stake on the stock also. And we came to the part where we learned about leverage tokens, we learned about loaning in crypto, and we also came to know about different cryptocurrencies made by random people, like the one which we saw about Trump 2024, like that contract expires to $1 if Donald Trump would have won the 2024 US elections. Well, it's great that he didn't win that, but yeah. So, and we also knew about interesting assets and how to create our own contract. And we also learned about how fundamental analysis, like we did fundamental analysis to stocks, and we can also do it to cryptocurrencies. And we also learned about Mr. Rohit Kundliwal's page on Telegram and Twitter. And I request everyone, each of our viewers, to join the Telegram group, join the Twitter group, and be active there. I will say, these groups will help you know more about this stuff. This stuff are so volatile that we have to keep an eye on the daily conversations going on in the daily board. So yeah, so Mr. Rohit, would you like to add something to this?
Yeah, I think you've done a great job of compiling all the things that we've discussed. So yeah, in general, what I think we can take from this a fairly long session of more than 1.5 hours, I think so, is that it's a very complex place. It's a very interesting place, and the people who are interested to get into something like this or to learn or read more about it, they are more than welcome to talk to me. They are more than welcome to join the group, and I am always excited to talk about blockchain or cryptocurrency with anybody, so yeah.
Okay. So here we come to the last part of the session where Mr. Rohit Kundliwal has a great surprise for you guys and for everyone. Like in the current scenario, this surprise is going to be a great thing for all of us. So Rohit Kundliwal, sir, can you just say a little bit about it?
So what we discussed today are three things. One is on-chain analysis. We also saw, understanding of blockchain protocols, and we saw some technical analysis. What I am willing to do is, people who are interested, I can help three people from this, from the students who, and I can teach three people all these three topics. So one person can be an on-chain research intern. So for 2 months they will be doing internship with blockchain noodles for on-chain research analysis. The second internship is for DeFi and blockchain protocols, where the researcher and the intern will be learning the fundamentals of major decentralized finances and blockchain protocols like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Huawei. And the third is technical analysis for cryptocurrency. So these three things, I can teach one thing for one individual. And the reason I want to do this is because if there are people who are interested from the college, I can help three guys who can learn this, and then they can spread this to more people in the community or in the college. So three things: one is on-chain research internship, define blockchain protocol research internship, and technical analysis internship. So these three things I will teach them as much as I can, and I will show them and guide them where my knowledge completes, and where they can do more readings and more research on it. So for 2 months we will be doing that, and at the end of the session I will provide them with the certification of what they've learned, and we can experiment on these certifications. Let's try to put this certificate on a blockchain network, and so that you can share this certificate to anybody in the world, and it is always verifiable. Let's try to do that. Yeah.
That's just amazing. So that's just amazing. Like in this situation, and even students are very they're curious to know about this thing, about blockchain, about different cryptocurrencies around the world. And someone like you offering such an internship will be a great opportunity for guys like us and everyone who's interested in blockchain. So I request every one of you to please start applying for this. If you are interested in any part of the three parts, on the on-chain research intern, on the blockchain protocol research intern, the technical analysis intern, just apply for it. Like we have three spots, but you have your skills at your side. Just show it, and Mr. Rohit will surely hire you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you,
sir. This
Mr.
is a
Kundliwal,
great
for that.
opportunity.
And organizer, can I just request you to please highlight the slide so that people who are interested in those internship opportunities, we put them in the PPT. So please show it on the big screen. And Mr. Kundliwal, can you just give us a few details as to anybody who is interested, how can you apply for this? Any particular rule format?
What they can do is they can join the Telegram group, and once they join the group, they can ping me a message, on which profile they are interested to do, and then we will select three people from there for this individual thing. So eventually what we can do is, for example, one person gets selected for on-chain research internship, and this guy can teach them or explain the next three other people who want to learn but couldn't get the internship, for example. So the reason that I'm doing this is because I want to get as many people on board, and get it easier for them to learn these things, and so that they get a platform where they can you know just scale up on where they want to go in, if they are interested in something like this. So they can join the Telegram group, and they can message me on that.
That's great. That's really great. This is a wonderful opportunity for all of you to get into this corporate world right from now and into two of the most budding topics of this current era. I think that is blockchain and cryptocurrency. So all you have to do is just join that Telegram group and send Mr. Kundliwal a message. So that will be all, I guess, for that.
Yes.
All right, sir. So it was great. It was indeed a pleasure talking to you and learning so much about this cryptocurrency as well as blockchain in a very practical oriented manner, because you showed us through all these different websites that how we can directly learn from these and invest in these, and how also we can dive more deep if we want to know about them. So thank you,
Yes.
Mr. Kundliwal, for all this.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much
thank you
for
so much.
having me here. Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and
It
also a
was a
special
pleasure.
thanks to all of you who have joined us live and stayed with us till the end. So that will be all. The video will be available on our YouTube channel, that is Webwiz and ITRKL. And once again, a request to all of you to please visit the social media profiles of Rohit Kundliwal as well as Blockchain Noodles, and follow them everywhere, so as to get the latest information with regards to cryptocurrency and blockchain. Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Organize so we can now stop streaming it live. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.